All right. Where'd we leave off at? Oh, last time we had 40 minutes because we had to check out of a hotel. Okay, so this is where we left off with. You can see it just went right into the border here, so the borders, that code is not correct. Let's go ahead and change that. So instead of 1, it must have been 2. Let's see, up, right, down. Let's do that. Let's do both of these like that. Okay. So the random walker, I think one of the big things here is the 1000. Also, I don't think I should count unless it actually removes a stone wall. So let's redo this. Um, let's see, how are we going to do this? Okay, we're only going to remove it if, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and set a flag here. We're going to start at temp XY, so let's just go ahead and remove that real quick. Copy that out. Just go ahead and do a quick remove on that real quick. And then whoops. Removed a wall. Okay, removed wall. False. Sitting in a Walmart parking lot this morning, watching the sun come up. Getting some programming in. That's that's life living in a truck with 2 dogs. If you haven't seen my channel videos, it's not just programming. Most of it's pet videos of my dogs. A lot of shorts. I noticed that people watch shorts more than the full videos, especially something like this. You know, you'd really have to be into programming to watch this. But I enjoy it so much, and I make videos of what I enjoy and all that. Okay, back on task. Um, okay, so we removed the very first one because this is where the player starts. So we already know it's going to be a floor. So let's just get that done. Actually, what am I doing here? We don't need any calculation here. Or well, hold on, let me leave. That's kind of like micro optimizing. Never mind. Um okay, if removed a wall is true, then we're going to do this. Okay, that sounds good. Let's do that. And once we remove, man, my allergies are bad. Then we update our count. Whoops. Okay. Count, blah, blah, blobbity, blobbity. And then what we're looking for here, not 1000. We want a huge number. So we want to give it time to actually run around. Because remember, it's just a random walk. I mean, this is totally, well, random. Um, let's play with this for a minute. I think chat or Copilot was doing screen width times screen height times 3. That's pretty massive. Because what is screen width times screen height? What is that? I should have a total on here somewhere. Screen width is, well, let's see, that'd be 10. Times 10 would be 1200, 24, 36, so 3600. So 3600, let's try that. All right, where are we at? 3600, let's try 4000, see what happens. Okay, where am I? Okay, draw world. Here, fill the walls. Why did I not comment this? Probably because I didn't have time. Okay, this is random walk. Red wall, blah blah blah. Count plus. Move the wall. False. And also down here, once we move here, then we're going to mark that as. Actually, it shouldn't be removed wall. We need to move that down into the algorithm down here. Right here. Right after here. And then we'll set up removed wall here. Or let's just call it do remove. Or no, oh, you know what? Actually, we don't need to do this unless we know for sure that we are on a wall tile. So let's check that too. My dog's looking at me. He's laying upside down. He's staring at me. Oh, you little brat. You're such a brat. Love you. All right. All right. Go to sleep, you turkey. All right. Okay, here we go. Back on task. Okay. So let's do this. We're gonna have to do this now. I need an auto formatter here. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do here. Do that, do that. Okay. Now you could also, instead of having these here, checking this, you could also go ahead and do this part, do the operation on your X or Y, and then at the bottom, go ahead and do what's called a clamp, where you clamp it in between values. Oh, excuse me. Okay. All right. What was I doing now? Okay, we need to do that. And let's see. Let's make another function called is a floor tile. I don't like having A and then something like A in there. I don't like two uh, uppercase letters because it makes it harder to read. Is floor tile. There we go. Or is wall tile. Okay. And then we'll send in the coordinate here. X, comma, Y. Whoops. Okay. Turn screen Y times What is it? A hash line. I definitely need to do a constant for those, or an enum. All right, for now, let's do a constant. I should set up an enum. Yeah, enum. What tiles? Um, let's see. The first one's going to be floor, so and then wall. Okay, that's all we got for now. So if we go back down here, tile options here, that's for the border. So we could actually do, yeah, that was for border. It did its own thing, didn't it? Let's go ahead and use these. We need to be consistent. So let's do a border. So let's get rid of this. Don't need that no more. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, if it's that, then it's the border, right? That was it. Tiles dot, what is it? Border. Oh no, that's gonna be, it's not gonna be a character then. Oh man. Okay, scratch. Scratch it. Yeah, because the enums are integers, aren't they? You can't just. I know you can assign your own integers, but can we do a character? That would be awesome. Um, hmm. Oh well, we'll do old school. um, okay, character. Let's see, wall or for equals. This is another one of those things where we need to put this inside. Um, Initialize miscellaneous. Okay, character floor, character wall, border. Okay, and then we'll initialize those. Hmm. Miscellaneous. Okay. All right, we got that. So let's go back in here. Go back up here. This is wall. Where's the other one? Right here. But you know what? The character's only a byte. Anyway, okay. Hold on, I'm getting off track. Um, okay, so it's border, and then this one would be just floor. Okay. Oh my goodness. So we got that. Up there is wall tile. Okay. Okay. Turn screen. Y times F equals wall. That's all that is. Um. Okay. So now in our draw world, this equals floor. A lot of refactoring and stuff. You know, if you're new to software development. You kind of just do it as you go. Because you can't possibly plan every single thing out. And Casey Muratori said it best. He said, you know, when you're game designing or just software in general, it's kind of an exploratory journey. It's not just a straight path from beginning to end. You know, you're kind of going kind of like a random walk because you got to test stuff, you got to research, you got to backtrack and change out your algorithm. So it's kind of like a big mess, big winding random path that you take, and eventually you get to the end. Okay, back on task. Um, okay, we've picked our direction. Can we go up? Do we have enough space to go up? Yes, we do. So we do this, but we only care if it's if it's a wall tile. So let's just put that in the test. So if, it's gonna be a long test. Good grief. Okay. And screen. We need to do like a screen get tile. Let's do a get tile. I don't want to do a get tile. Not yet. Let's just see. Screen. Let's see y minus 1 times. So y minus 1 times screen width plus x. Um, well, actually, it's going to be temp x, y. Okay, so, and screen blah blah equals wall. Then we do this. Okay, then we can subtract it. Man, I don't like that. It's so ugly. Doing that test in like that. Man, I don't like that. Let's just put it inside our if. Let's just do that. We'll just test it there. So if it does not equal, well, or actually if, hold on a minute. I'm confusing my C with JavaScript now. I can't remember. I don't think C has that. I think it's like that in C. In JavaScript, that would be you have 3 equals and 2 equals. So okay, let's do that. Okay, so if it's like that, if it does not equal wall, then we're gonna break out of that. Break that. No, not break. I need continue. Continue. Now, if you're into software design, this is not a good pattern here. You should avoid continues as the no, not a loss for words. Not supposed to do it. What you would do is you would just reverse this, put our equals back in there. This is better design. Oops. Let's go here. Oh, let's do that, 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 back in there. Do this. I just think it's easier to read if we have this test inside the if instead of on one big, adding another and to it. Okay, so we got that. If it's a wall, we're going to go ahead and move this thing. And we're also going to, we are going to do this. Copy that, this, and adjust our count. So we did do that. Okay, we don't need, well, instead of removed, let's put remove wall. That would be more descriptive, and otherwise we gotta replace that. We'll have to have the same logic in each one, so we don't want that. Remove wall. I think I gotta change that. Equals true. Let's go back up here. Where's it at? Remove wall equals false. Wall removed. That's another thing. When you change a name, you really need to change them all at once. Which in Sublime Text, you can just highlight it, press Control F, and then just find all. And then now you can just see how the cursor's on every one of them. Now you can make whatever change you want. It'll affect all of them. Okay, so we got that. So now we just need to do that on each of these. Actually, we can move this count into here. That way we don't have that on each one. All right. Blah, 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 blah. This is all the tediousness here. That. So much of it. There. So 10 plus plus wall. Copy. See, sometimes the copy paste does come in handy, like in these things. What really sucks though is when you're in an interview and they say, "Oh, do you copy and paste?" Well, in these situations, I would, but as soon as you say yes, they look at you like you're weird. And then you got to go into some, big explanation of why and all this, and because there's people that will say never copy and paste. I guess you're supposed to just type it all out. Um, but yeah, whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna copy and paste. Oh, let's do this. I did it for 16 years. I was a software developer for 16 years. You're not going to tell me a whole lot unless you've done more. But there are some that have done less, did more with less years, I'm sure. Oh, let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. And if you're wondering if a 10x developer exists, yes, they do. I know one. In all my years, I've met one. He works at Microsoft right now. His name is Billy. Um, he subscribes to this channel too, so I doubt he'll watch this video. But if he does, hey Billy, yeah, he's whew, awesome. And what happens is, uh, I gotta take this little detour. Um, what the 10x developer is they're good at everything they do. It's not just development, and that's the big difference there. They have a laser focus and they just get things done. I mean, it is laser tight focus on whatever they're doing. I don't have that. I mean, you can already tell I'm all over the place on this. But they don't work well in a structured environment because they're at their own pace. I mean, they're moving and they just learn so quick too. I mean, he was a paramedic. He has his pilot's license. I mean, what was it? He had a video where he what is that where you rope a bull or something and you grab him by the horns and wrestle him down? I mean, it's crazy what he's done. Um, but yeah, they put their mind to something. That's it. It's over. And that's the real 10x developer. They get so much done before you even get up in the morning. It's just their focus is that tight. Anyway, back on task. Um, what am I doing? Remove wall. Okay, so we got another one here. Blah, blah, the same one. I hate having to do that on each one, but can't do anything else on that. Okay, so we've set that. We need to set it back to false. Yes, we do. Count plus plus. What did we say? 3,600? Let's do 4,000. Okay. Now remember, this is one of those stupid algorithms where you're waiting for it to. The problem with this is we're only counting if we actually change a wall to a floor tile. I better put that back. There's no way. I mean, we do start with 3,600. We don't even have 3,600, so this is never going to actually end. Let's keep that at 1,000. Because remember, we have the border, so it's not height times width because we have that border. You see, so automatically, if we said 3,600, that's wrong. You have to subtract that border amount to get that. So let's just do 1,000 and see what happens with that. Okay, let's go. Enough talking. I've talked enough. Let's do this. Oh, what am I doing now? Did I not? I need to put this in a script. Okay. Ah, dash CI. Caverns. Okay, there. That. Did I erase that enum? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens on this. There. Wow, that was not good. Is everything still working? Okay, that was not good. Surely it didn't move through everything and remove every single one of them. Surely that didn't happen. Let's do 100. There's got to be a bug in this somewhere. Whoops. Yeah, there's a bug. Okay. Let's see what I did. It's probably with, let's see, fill with walls. Oh, we never did his wall tile. We never did that, remember? Yeah, we never finished all that. Because we just wrote it out like that. Okay, okay, so if, wall tile, temp Y. No, we're not going to do that. We need to do this first. Y if is wall tile. We're doing XY, right? Not YX. XY. Okay. X. Ah, crap. Y. Okay. If it's wall tile, blah blah. Okay, we can do that. Else. Go ahead and do this here. Actually, I don't like wasting space either. That's kind of don't like that. Temp Y plus plus. Reverse that. We can actually put that up here too. Let's go ahead and do that. Where's my end? End here. Was that control or? There we go. Okay. Tidy it up. Pretty much we got the same here. You know what? Well, no, we can't. What do we got here? Change this. Except on this one, we gotta do the opposite there. Oh, wait, that's, whoa, see the mess up here? This is right instead of up. Up and down. That's how you end up messing things up like that. Here we're working with the Y, but here it's X. Okay, and then left would be that. There. Okay, we also got to put the oh, small town, blah blah. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Then it does it here. It's 4. Okay, save that. See what happens with that. Okay, something is majorly wrong here. Let me see. So we're filling this with the wall. Let's see if this is even working. What did I define those as? Those constants we made. I have a feeling that that's the problem. Where's initialize miscellaneous? Okay, are these characters? It should be character. Did I make them integers or characters? They're characters, so that should be right. Border. Oh, wait. I never broke out of it, did I? Break out here. Count, am I increasing count? Yeah. If I remove the wall. Oh, look at that double. Plus plus. Well, it's got to be in whatever you changed. That's the thing. It's usually the last thing you changed. Because the border was written, right? Oh, it didn't even write the border. Okay, so that's the problem's in that. Let me change this real quick to that. Bet you it's in that. That. Yeah. So that's what it is. Those constants are converted back. Okay, how do I do that now? Ugh. I haven't done C in so long. And I never did C++. I'm actually learning. Okay, so why can't I just define those? did that not work? Hmm. Four-wall border. Hmm. Oh, I bet you it's order of operations. I bet you they're not defined before. Yeah, see, miscellaneous here. So we're actually making the world before these even get initialized. Not good. Okay, so we definitely need the initialize world, but I think we can still keep this. We can just redo the order. That. Let's go back up. Oh, the sun's coming up and it is in my eyes. Well, now we don't even have players, so let's go look at that again. And the keyboard is not working. Okay. So that was definitely not good. Okay, what do we got? Initialize miscellaneous. Where's that at? So that draws the border. Hmm. I don't know why that's doing that though. Oh, look at here though. Here's another thing. Choosing just that, which should be 4. We gotta get that working. That'll be player, which we need to define. So I don't know why that changed. Oh, oh crap. Yeah, because it's doing all this first. But none of this should have, none of that should have any dependencies on these, though. Besides, it was all down here anyway. I know nothing depends on that. Let's do that. I don't know why that would do that. Okay, let's see here. Whoops. Pile that to here. Yeah, wow. Okay. And then the keyboard doesn't work either because you can't press Q. So that simple thing changed everything on there. Let's take a look at the keyboard section. Okay, that has nothing to do with it. So is running equals false. Okay, initialize world. That should be at the very end. That should be the last thing we do in here. Yeah. Problem with this, you don't want. It's hardly ever a good idea to have these things. I mean, ideally, you don't want things having to run in a certain order if you can help it. Um, Surely I don't have to do this, do I? I don't see why I would have to cast. Uh, no. Okay. See what happens here. No. Okay, it's definitely in some kind of order of operations here. Something's going on. It's not in the actual code there. So I suspect this has to do with, for some reason, the order of operations. Oh, but the keyboard's not even working. It's almost like it's exiting. Not exiting because, the screen would have went away, but it's almost like it's never doing certain stuff. So it goes through this, that. World. So it should go into here. All right, well, I Guess we gotta fire up the debugger. Oh, I'm facing the sun. Alright, come on, Visual Studio. Let's do this. Oh, it's probably trying to look for updates, and I'm not even connected to the internet. Okay, my battery's at half. So let's load this sucker up. Open here, file. That. All right, we got that. Let's go ahead and run it. There. Let's go ahead and attach. My problem with this is it's not responding to keyboard input, so we're not going to be able to restart. Attach to that. It actually looks like it already. Let's go down here to main. Yeah, it looks like it's different from the original version. How is that possible? How could that even be? All right, never mind. Let's go back to this. All right, let's see if we can get it back to going here. Finish this world. All right, where am I at? Go here. So we get the player. And our keyboard works again. So what is it inside an initial world that when we do it after initializing player and miscellaneous, everything starts breaking? That's the big question. But we do have input, or a keyboard does work on that. So if we do a restart. Okay, so if we do a restart, now we lose everything we had. So Where's our initialize screen at? See, the problem is, I mean, this here, this isn't even defined when the world is being drawn right now. So, draw world. These aren't even defined. Hmm. All right. Well, I hate doing this. But until I figure out that problem, I think we're going to have to. I have no idea what's going on. Any more walls? This is why you don't like this stuff, because you got to hunt through everything when you make a change. Oh. Another thing is you don't want to make a lot of changes before you test. it's definitely in some kind of ordering here. What is that? What is it? Let's get rid of all this. Oh, what is going on? It's got to be down in here. This is also when you want to be using Git and kind of source control. So you can roll back. It's a good lesson for that. Alright. But I have confidence we'll figure it out. Another thing, let's see what processes are running. Okay, so there's nothing left over or anything. It's using all the memory. OBS probably. Alright, what's in here? What's going on here? Wish this thing would freeze them. Not that. Alright, that's just the compile one. What's it doing on disk? Windows must be trying to do something. Alright, so there's absolutely no reason. But one of the big mysteries is why Visual Studio said that the code was different. Worksy, current CPP. Okay. Issues found. Okay, so now it will. Let's go ahead and run that and attach. Let's rebuild. Well, can't do that. Let's rebuild first. Okay. Oh, wait, here we go. I thought I got rid of all that. 149. 149. Oh, initialize player. I did not see that. Okay, where's the other one? 71, 72, 73. Okay. So that is compiled. Run it. So now it's working. Oh, well, I honestly have no idea what happened there, but it has something to do with those constants I was defining. I must not understand it well enough. I don't understand what was going on with that. So what happens when we restart? It doesn't regenerate, see? Hmm. So when we restart, we lose everything on there. Looks like it's never even hitting it. Let's go to... That's odd. I didn't even do anything. What's going on? Hmm. Hmm. It's almost like it's using some kind of old file or something. Nothing like debugging. Hmm. Okay, are we in an infinite loop or something? I mean, it's possible because we keep. Actually, it's possible here. Good God, if that's it, you know what? Oh my God, that was it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. got to be kidding me. See, it started here, and then it walked here. Looks like it walked over. 1, 2. Yeah, see that? When I restart, see? Wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Count me out of the Hall of Fame of developers. Oh my God. Live on YouTube. Get an infinite loop. Take 30 minutes to debug it. Okay. So that was it. Okay. So we're going to reverse this. Instead of count, we're going to call this misses. So every time it misses, in other words, it doesn't find a wall. Nah, that's probably not good. What happens is if it gets on a certain tile and it's in the middle of an open room, if it's got, 4 empty tiles around it, that's the end of the loop. It's not going to do anything. We need to detect that. So hold on. Control Z, go back to that. We're going to add a mist count. So if misses ever equal 4, then we have to break out. Okay. So blah, blah, blah. All equals true. Else temp here. This is a miss in the else. So we would reverse that. Misses plus plus that. Actually, we don't need all that. Try that one. Now we need to reset misses. Well, it will in draw world. There we go. Okay. So let's go here, compile. So it looks like it already hit it. 4 misses. I don't see it, but yeah, definitely doing some missing. Okay, that's actually not correct. Um, 'Cause it's also doing it if it's hitting, up against the border, which shouldn't really count. Hmm. So what we could do, instead of just right here, we could put it in here. Let's just do this. Yeah, so if wall tile, we could just change that to get tile. Let's write a get tile. It's actually the same as this, except you don't have the equal. Well, somebody must be around the truck. You guys quit. Uh, okay, is everybody through walking by the truck? Okay. Back on task. Okay, so we got get tile at. So if it's a wall tile, we don't need this anymore. We need if well, should we do that or should we use his wall tile? His wall tile is more direct. Else we'd have to do it in this. It's probably better just to do a get tile. Y2x. And then equals a wall. And really, we could just do it here. Tile equals tile at x, y. Then we can test here if tile equals that, remove wall is true. That. Don't do any. Then it's temp y plus plus. Whoops. Oh, plus. Else that. Otherwise, we gotta reverse it. So the right temp x minus minus. Remember, it shouldn't count as a miss if we're just on the border. That's the whole point of that. And then right, that left, 10 plus plus. Make sure these are opposite. Okay. There. Try that one. Okay, that did nothing. Oh. Some. think it mattered. Yeah, I think it's counted anyway. Um, let's do this. Put that in there. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to put that sleep delay back in. That's why it's going so fast. Whoops. Couldn't link because it was running. Okay. Definitely not good. Oh. Okay. So that is not a good algorithm. Okay. Let's just do... Let's take Mrs. out for a minute. Oh, you know what? We didn't put count back in. Oh, we also need this in there. Because we're still not going to, still have to reverse that. We never reversed it. Or, wait a minute, what am I doing? That shouldn't be that. That should be plus plus. Okay. So we still plus plus it. Because we still got to reverse it. We just don't count the miss on that one. So 10 minus minus. Y minus minus. It should be temp x. So we never put count in. Oh yeah, we did right there. Okay. Oh, you know what? We need to reset misses at this point. Because really it's only when you once you remove, the count should start over for misses. Because you're only counting the misses from one certain tile. You know, when you're trying to pick a direction to go next. Oh, okay. I think that's it. Oh, yeah, a little further. Sometimes it gets further. Um, maybe we shouldn't have misses. But then we're back to where we was. Let's see. Yeah, we're back in that infinite loop now. So we do have to have the misses. Because we could respawn it. Interesting idea. Uh, I don't see where they're getting some of them it just doesn't look like there's 4 empty ones around it like this. I mean, I don't see where you'd have 4 of them at here. So you got this and that. think we're gonna have to figure this one out on the next session. Well, actually, let's see what Copilot did in theirs. So, sets the initial to that. Number two, this is what I'm talking about, the 3600 would be ours. Okay, so instead of the while, it uses the for loop. So it's guaranteed never to go above that. So you don't need a count. But the direction and stuff is the same thing. That's it. I mean, maybe I shouldn't check that it's a wall to begin with. That way it just moves everywhere. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I want it to move. Let's take that out then. Okay, so let's do this. We don't need misses anymore. Take that out. Don't care about that. Don't need these. Don't even need that. Okay, let's just do that. Quick and dirty, just to see if it does any better. We'll do that. Don't need that. Count. Let's go ahead and change this to our for loop. For 1,000 plus. Okay, there's our basic loop. We don't need a break either. We don't need this anymore. Don't need count. Okay, that did nothing. Oh, duh, I didn't. I never set the remove wall to true. Oops. We should probably ought to just do this inside there. The whole point was to remove duplication, but all we did was we didn't save any code doing it. So let's just put it back in there. There. Hold on, babies. We're almost done here. Almost done. All right, let's try that. So it won't be an infinite loop because we're not in the while anymore. So we know that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, that's much better there. Oh, now remember, at some point there's going to be a fog of war where you can't see the whole thing. So you really don't even know uh, what it's going to look like. So that's good. Let's restart. Yeah, still a lot better. Yay. Open spaces. Remember, these are caverns, not dungeons. Okay, let's call that one good. Let's clean this up. Get rid of all this. Boy, talk about spelunking. But I am not editing stuff out here. This is real life. Yay. Okay, let's go back to this. And I'm going to go ahead and end this one because let's go ahead and make sure everything's good there. One more run. Okay, yeah, this is a lot better. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Um, like, share, subscribe if you can. Helps the channel. Maybe one day well, I live in my truck, so it'd be nice to make money off YouTube. Okay, I need the subscribers, guys. Okay. Hey, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you on the next one.